Uh, there's a few questions, a few people that wanted to know a little bit about what is the public charge rule. And then they were just wanting to know what is the current status of that and how does it affect them?
Firstly, when you're applying for an immigration benefit, so whether it's a visa or a green card or a special, well, really, a visa or a green card is pretty much what you got. You have to go through a process with either somebody at the US consulate or an immigration officer in the United States. And so one of the things that they evaluate, depending on the type of benefit you're applying for, is to see if you're going to be a public charge. Are you going to use public benefits for the entire time that you are in that you're residing in the United States? So one of the things, and this is something that has been a part of our immigration system for a long time. However, the definition of what exactly constitutes a public charge is what has changed over time. And right now it's the strictest and the most broad that it has been. So for the people who are wondering, okay, so does this apply to me? This really only applies if you are, you have a family-based petition. And so you have a family member that's petitioning for you to get a green card. You have, you had an employment-based visa, and now it's time for you to switch over to your green card. We call it adjusting. So it's when you are adjusting from a visa to a green card, basically, is how I like to explain it. And then if you are a green card holder and you spend a lot of time outside of the country, every time you come back, whether it's by land, sea, or plane, when you get to immigration, when you get off of the plane, they really actually like check to see that you still qualify to maintain your green card. And so this is one of the factors that they're going to look at to say, okay, you've had public benefits for a very long time. And so actually, maybe you are a public charge, even though at the time we gave you a green card, we didn't think you were. So I would say if you have a green card and have been out of the country for more than 180 days, that's when you should be concerned. But other than that, if you're not in one of those three groups, you don't need to worry about this whole conversation about public charge, because I know that a lot of people freak out about it, but really it's the time, like I like to say, and Adoria totally hop in and correct me, but like if you had a family-based or employment-based visa and are now applying for your green card, that is when they'll make that evaluation. I would say if you are questioning it, definitely go to a qualified attorney to be able to have conversations about if you are worried that this does apply to you. And I always recommend folks to Americans for Immigrant Justice and make a quick plug that you can call 305-573-1106, extension 1400. I wrote it down, so I made sure that I could say it. So when in doubt, go to an attorney to make sure that they can answer your questions, and don't just assume. So don't disenroll yourself or your family because you think, oh no, now I'm going to be in deportation proceedings or something like that. Don't do that.
Exactly. I think Krystina, you nailed it. If people take one message home, don't disenroll for any benefits for yourself or for your children. A lot of immigrants actually aren't eligible for benefits, and those personally, and those who are tend to not be subject to the public charge test when they're seeking to adjust their status or when they're seeking to get their green card. So you shouldn't have fear about this, particularly for your US citizen children. Don't disenroll. If you have any doubts, if you are nervous,